councillor, the ambulances, the local authority, but most importantly, ordinary community members that dropped everything to come to our rescue. It is this spirit of working together that is taking our country forward. For every single person that has been on the scene, whether invited or not invited, in our culture, something of this nature, when it happens, you drop everything, you come and assist. And indeed, we are comforted by your assistance, we are comforted by your sacrifice, we are also comforted by the high level of commitment that we received from everyone. We also want to specifically thank the leadership of the school for opening their hearts, for opening the gates, and most importantly, for allowing our law enforcement agencies to perform their functions as quickly as possible. We received a call around 8:10 this morning that a pathway, you'll see it will take you to the scene, a pathway collapsed, and that pathway, unfortunately, there were learners at the bottom and there were other learners we received an information that a walkway connecting the admin block and the classes fell on learners who were walking to class immediately after school assembly. As indicated earlier on, the first call was made around 8:10 for assistance. And it was during this mayhem that everyone wanted to assist all our children so that we can provide the relevant assistance that is needed. We then dispersed the team that came from all institutions. I had an emergency call to the Premier after I've received the call and requested the Premier to lobby support across all sectors so that we can provide the relevant assistance that is needed at the school, but also beyond the area that we are in. We had assistance across many municipalities, across many private emergency services, and across business people that came to give a hand. Because the structure has collapsed, the first mandate was to protect the structure, and we had a local business person here who provided that immediate assistance so that the law enforcement, the emergency services can enter the space and provide the relevant assistance. They indeed raised the structure, and the emergency services moved in so that they can provide all the relevant help that is needed. We can now officially confirm that 26 learners were affected. Of the 26 learners, 3 are deceased. Of the 3 that are deceased, 2 are males, 1 is a female. So far, we've managed to identify 1 deceased learner. The remaining 2, we are trying very hard through the school communication system to identify and notify their next of kin. It's a painful day. It's a difficult day. It's indeed painful for the leadership of the school to notify these parents that someone they saw this morning happy to come to school, they have to deal with logistics of death. Of the remaining 23 learners that were affected, 2 were checked and released to their parents. The remaining 21 were taken to various hospitals, and we want to provide these details so that the parents and family members can understand where they can go and meet some of these learners. And I want to apologize that I'm going to use the medical language to give you these details. As earlier indicated, there were 5 that were declared as P1 patients. Of those 5 P1 patients, 3 were taken to the Union Hospital by air. 1 was taken to Mill Park with the Halo chopper. Another one was taken through road, that is Netcare ambulance, to Mfuleni Mediclinic. The next category, it's P2. 14 learners were identified as P2 patients. 4 were taken through the provincial ambulance services. Of those 4, 2 went to Mediclinic, another one went to Mfuleni Mediclinic, and the last one went to Johan Haynes Clinic. The 8 of the P2 were taken by ER24 ambulances. 6 are currently at Mfuleni Mediclinic. 2 are at Vereeniging Mediclinic, and the last 2 are also at Mfuleni Mediclinic. The last category, it's P3. Of the P3, 2 were taken by Sasol EMS to Val Park Netcare Hospital. As a department, we immediately dispersed our trauma and counseling services, and subsequent to that, were joined by religious leaders across the area to provide counseling not only to learners but to their parents and those that are within the school premises. I want to thank those that took over this function. It was the most difficult function, very painful, heartbreaking to see our learners in tears, to see the entire school population going through this difficult exercise. I want to thank the parents of our children for their understanding, but most importantly, for their support. These parents, they didn't say, this is my child, this is not my child. They treated all children equally and provided all the relevant support that was needed. We have to pick up our pieces as a department and continue to provide the relevant support. The department have issued an immediate instruction to all hospitals and also through the school governing body that there must be no single learner that is not attended medically because they don't have a medical aid or they can't afford to pay. That is, the department will stand in and provide that assistance. There are learners that have been identified that didn't have the medical or the financial assistance that was needed for them to be attended to. We have issued that instruction, and that instruction has already been implemented, and all the children are now receiving medical assistance, whether they can afford or they can't afford. And for safety reasons, we've also taken a decision to close the school immediately, that there won't be schooling until further notice, and that we have created a number for those parents that are missing their children to contact us using that particular number. And we've also created another number for those that are injured or those that want general inquiries to use that particular number. I will later introduce the principal, the deputy principal, the mayor, and the police and law enforcement agencies to you, so that those particular numbers can be communicated to you. Unfortunately, in this kind of incidents, we have to allow the law enforcement agencies to perform their function. It breaks my heart to see those bodies still lying there. It breaks my heart to see those innocent souls still there. I urge the law enforcement agencies to wrap up their function so that we can release the bodies to their families. It pains us to see some of the bodies in the state that they're in. It's not a good state. It's a painful state. We are hoping with the Creator and the support from the trauma and counseling unit that will go through this pain. I want to personally, on behalf of the South African government and the Gauteng provincial government, extend our sincere condolences to the families and wish those that are injured a speedy recovery. I'll be going to various hospitals immediately after this briefing so that we can provide support to all the learners in various hospitals. As I said, there will be no single learner that will not be supported through this process. So I want to thank the chairperson of the school governing body, Mr. Hein, Headmaster Hein Kunutz. The chairperson is Jakes Murray. Also thank the executive mayor. He was just elected yesterday, but today he was already here. Thank you so much, Reverend Gift Moerani. Major General Molefe, who's a cluster commander in this area, that the entire team have been here assisting us. Spritiga Hein Station, Hein? Oyani, sorry, Oyani. Station commander in the Vanderbijlpark area. Thank you so much for the team. And I know the councillor's name is Mavusana, so I'm not sure the official name, councillor. Mavusana?
Yeah, Philip Notnagel.
Oh, it's Philip. Good people. And the people of Vanderbijlpark, we rely on you to carry us and to take us through this pain. We request cooperation because some of the roads will be closed. We plead for your understanding that there will be some form of inconvenience. We are doing this for our children, not for no one else. We are also pleading for members of society not to clog the telephone line of the school. As indicated, all parents know there is a communication line that we have opened. We plead with them to use that telephone line. Because the scene is now a crime scene, the police have taken over the crime scene. Whatever arrangement that we need to do, we'll just have to do it through the law enforcement agencies. I know members of the media will want to go to the scene. I'm pleading with you. We'll take you there. Let's wait for the bodies to be removed first. And I hope you'll understand that is a very painful and important exercise that we have to go through. I've been here for the last 3 hours, and I want to thank the leadership of the school, community-based organization, the pastors, the volunteers, even those that brought us food here that we don't know. That's the spirit of camaraderie. That's the spirit we need in this area. I also want to thank our district and the entire leadership of Mfuleni municipality for demonstrating oneness, and that there's only one government, and that government's mandate is to serve our people. So I want to leave it here. If there are questions, Steve, we are ready to take those questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, MEC. Can we then take questions? First round, how many? 1, 2, 2. Okay, that should be good. Okay, Steve.
Cindy, my second ENCA, condolences to the families. Just what have preliminary investigations revealed around the integrity of that pathway or the structure itself? I understand that it has been stabilized. Was it up to standard? Was it up to scratch? And I know that we had a very heavy rainfall last night. Did that have anything to affect that structure?
Okay. Second question. Okay. Let me see.
The school is 45 years old. It has a population of 1060 learners. That's 1,060 learners. From what I've seen, I don't want to prejudge and preempt investigation. And I don't think I'm fit and proper to also pass aspersion about the caliber and the quality of the structure. Those that are fit and proper and qualified to make that assessment, they will do that assessment and they will advise us. As I've already indicated, it's now a crime scene, and I must thank the police because the investigators are already there. They've interviewed those that they want to interview. They've taken all the statements, and out of that, I think they will be in a position to assist. What amazes me, and I want to thank the private sector, what amazes me, that the private sector has already dispatched people that are ready to repair the building. They are on site as I'm speaking to you now, to ensure that we don't disrupt education forever. So I'm grateful to them, and then we'll find a mechanism, therefore, of trying to manage whatever that we need to manage so that our children are not left behind. The school is also making alternatives of either erecting a tent or something, but we've issued instruction as government that until we get a certificate that allows us to occupy again, we want to play safe. That there must be no one around the school premises, or there must be no one that is unauthorized to be within the school premises. And when we've finalized that part, and we've got the necessary certificate either from the municipality or the Department of Labor, we'll then be in a position to issue a statement of when people can come back in.
Last round. Noting you. Any other hand this side? Yeah. 2. Done. Okay.
From the Sowetan. At this stage, I know it's still early, but do you have the ages of the children that passed away?
Well, I know we've got the names of all of them. I just want to be sure that their next of kin are appropriately notified. I don't have the ages. Being in high school, I can tell you that between 13 and 18, majority of them. But when that information is made available, I think we'll also post it on our website as a department. But we've got their names, so we're waiting for family members to be notified, and we'll then deal with that aspect.
Session I do SABC Radio. I'm not sure if I missed this part, but what would happen to the learning and teaching of other learners in the meantime? Would there be alternate plans of an outside place for them to conduct their classes and so on? Or what exactly would be the process?
To be quite frank, the immediate task and mandate is to provide trauma counseling. I can assure you under the conditions that I've seen our learners, it's going to be extremely difficult to rush them to classroom before we provide the assistance that we need to provide. The school is standby, but for now, let's channel all the resources and the energy to provide the relevant trauma counseling to them. And if we've concluded that part, we'll deal with the other things. So that is why, together with the SGB, we've agreed that let's immediately shut down the school, open an emergency center here, so that those that need assistance can come here and we can provide all the relevant assistance.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll give you an indication when we are ready. So you'll just hang around, I'll come here, indicate, and we can go to the scene. But for now, please just hang around in here.
We'll also give you the final update for the day around 4 o'clock. We'll issue an update. Steve will talk to you on the nature of the update, whether it will be through a statement or through another briefing. But we'll give you that update so that you are quite aware of what is happening around this area. Thank you once more for your support. We plead with you, and I've never done this before. We are pleading with you. Let's control you to go to the scene. Don't just go there on your own. It's going to create problems for all of us. And let's wait for the police to remove the bodies. And after they've done that, we'll just go there as a group and we'll Is it? Okay. I'm briefed that the bodies have been removed. So Steve will come and collect you so that we can also go to the scene and be sure that everything is fine. Are we okay? Thanks for your understanding, and thanks for the support, and thanks for the heartfelt messages that you've sent to all of us. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much.